Good afternoon, everybody. This is the Caffeinated Cooper Show. I am so excited to be here with you today with, and no intro needed, we already have Mr. Murray Mednick with us online. How are you? Are you doing well, Mr. Mednick? Uh-oh. We have a little technical difficulties. Mr. Mednick is here today to talk about a play that is to be released in July.
I'm feeling pretty good today.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
You have so many.
So far, so good.
Oh, wonderful. You have so many plays in your repertoire. October. I advertised the show earlier, and I already had some religious viewers of the show pop up and say, oh, I saw his play. It was magical. It was magnificent, off-Broadway in New York, this, that, and the other. You have a new one coming to Los Angeles at the Lounge Theater 2 in July, and that is called Mayakovsky and Stalin. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, it's really a double love story, connected by an intercession by a woman named Lily Brick with Stalin to reinstate canon. The two sides are linked together by a chorus. And so we kind of follow these two stories, one about Stalin and his second wife, Nadja. He committed suicide at 36. So we kind of follow both stories. And the stories are connected by what I call a chorus, who connects things up, sets things up, represents me, represents the voice of history, and fills us in on things that we need to know as we go along.
I have heard through the grapevine that Stalin was quite a playboy.
I don't think that's true.
Really?
Really, no. I don't have that impression about him. He was a little puritanical, actually. I think that's I'm not sure about that, but doesn't ring true to me. The thing about Stalin was the contradictions in him.
Oh, excuse us for just a moment. Oh, Mr. Mednick, we are having a few technical difficulties. He was explaining his views. Mr. Mednick, are you back with us? Oh, I apologize to everybody watching. Technical difficulties can be so difficult sometimes, but I had asked the question if he felt that Stalin was a playboy, and Mr. Mednick was sharing his views that he does not, that he actually feels that he's a little bit puritanical. So this is going to be a very interesting play, definitely an array for the eyes of delight. And he is calling me back, so let me go grab that real quick, and we're going to get right back to it. And here we are, guys, coming to the broadcast. And we're back. So let me get back into the show. We were just talking for a moment before we had lost you about how I had asked the question if Mr. Mednick felt that Mr. Stalin was, as some people have a reputation of him, to be a playboy. And you were...
That's not my impression.
That is not your impression. You had said, and then we had lost you right after you said that you felt he was a little puritanical.
Yeah, he was. His devotion was toward the party. And that was his first and foremost and absolute cause. And that really is what ran his life. He had his second wife committed suicide. And it was a very strange event, which is very much in the play. And the play is sort of about their relationship on the one hand, and also about the relationship of Mayakovsky to this, in a menage a trois with the Brick family. So it sounds more complicated than it is, because it's all knitted together, like I said, by the chorus. So it's very interesting the way it plays, because we follow both stories and they culminate in a kind of natural way, historically.
Oh, that's lovely. How long did it take you to write this particular piece?
Not long. It went pretty fast, because I had done some work on Stalin years ago and lost it on my computer. So I had some background about him. I was always fascinated by his life, and then I came across a book on Mayakovsky, and they were linked somehow, strangely, by virtue of this woman called Lily Breck, who was an actress, actually, and a performer, pretty well known in the Soviet Union. And the relationships are connected inextricably and historically. So just a very interesting to contrast all of that with the players on the stage. For example, we have a background, which is a screen. So we see historical documents in the background of the real Stalin, the real Mayakovsky, the real Lily Breck, and her husband, Osip. And then in front, we see the people playing them. So that double hit on these characters is really interesting. And it works very well. So you kind of have a double impression of who these people were and the kind of things that they endured. You know, they went through the revolution and then the post-Stalin era. I mean, the Stalin era.
That is quite fascinating. So Joseph Stalin, he began leading the Soviet Union in the mid-1920s. And as we know, Mayakovsky died in 1930. Right. So this, I'm assuming, is shining a light on some of the earlier days of Stalin and not the later ones that are really got a little dark.
Both. We have sequences from early days and also later days, because when Nadja committed suicide, in power for quite a while, and that was there was a shot that rang out. Nobody knew what happened, and she had shot herself with a little Mauser.
Wow. And
he rented it for 2 weeks, apparently.
Wow.
And it was a big thing. And when he was 36. So there's a lot to talk about in the play.
Yes, there is. I cannot wait until you debut this, and it will be July 19th as well as 20th in Los Angeles at the Lounge Theater 2. I'm sorry?
Yeah, we've already done it here.
Wonderful. So again in October this year?
We've already done it here, Elizabeth. And we're going to do it in New York in October.
Oh, that is so exciting.
October 11th, we open. And the previews will be Thursday and Friday. So we open on a Saturday. It's going to be fun.
And where will you be in New York?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Where will it be?
At the Cherry Lane.
Oh, wow. That's exactly when I had a viewer that had mentioned that he caught a couple of your plays over the years. That's where he was. He was at Cherry Lane.
Yes. Yeah. This is our second time there, I think.
That is fabulous. Well, everybody, after the broadcast airs, I'm going to put all the information out there for ticket sales, how to find it, where to go, where is Cherry Lane. It's going to be all out there in the info sheet that we have for Mr. Murray Mendick. And thank you so much for the information on your play, Mayakovsky and Stalin. I cannot wait to see it.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful day today, and we will see you again soon.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What a delight, everyone. I am so excited for Mr. Mednick and going out to New York once again with one of his brilliant masterpieces. This one, Mayakovsky and Stalin. Go see it. He is absolutely above all the rest in his storytelling and his passion. And like he said, the melody and everything that you'll see and feel. So I can't wait to tell you more about it after I go see it. Have a wonderful day, everyone. We will see you again soon.